Boy, I'm really unhappy about this wasp in here. Hi, my name's Jen. Welcome to my channel, All My Plants. Today I am working on this greenhouse, which there's nothing currently alive in here except for weeds and Spanish moss hanging right there. It survives, but not outside. But it'll... wasp. But it'll survive... Oh, it's a bunch of them. It'll survive in here, but not outside. The wasps aren't having any problem. They've found it already. Up there, there, there's some wasps hanging out in a loose panel. I don't know how I'm going to get them out of there. I have no idea. But anyway, point being, the greenhouse is a mess. It's got weeds across the bottom again. There's wasps. And one of the doors is here, and it still has the screen in it. I'm still having pretty cool nights, so I'm going to take the screen out and put the panels back in. And I've got random pots and things around kind of everywhere. So I'm just going to kind of move that stuff. I've got the tables just piled up with random stuff and sitting wherever. The bug zapper. I don't have electric run out here right now. I don't need it. I think it's about 70, I'd say 77 degrees outside. I don't have a thermometer in here anymore. Yeah, I do. I'm a liar. Yeah, so it's about 25 Celsius or 76-ish, I guess. Not that you can really see it, maybe. Maybe you can see it. But yeah, so that's approximately what I'm working in. It's comfy. It's comfy that and the shade is starting to come over, so it's not as hot in here as it is, you know, earlier in the day. But yeah, I've got a bunch of pots that I just need to kind of, some of it has old soil in it, some of it, they're just everywhere. I'm just trying to tidy that up and not get stung by a wasp in the process. I'm sure this needs to be dumped and cleaned out. It looks green. It looks green. Who is living in here? Probably hibernating frogs, if I had to guess. Another thing I have to be careful about out here, which I didn't really know until last year, is that black widows kind of hang out in dark, damp places, which even though this doesn't look very dark, the undersides of these tables, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little table here, are. And although it probably wouldn't kill me, I don't think it would be fun either. So I watch out for them. My daughter and I found some last year. So yeah, you'll see me looking at stuff while I pick it up because I want to make sure there's not a spider hanging out on it somewhere. These cover pots, I'll need these. I actually do use cover pots out here, even though I spray with the hose because things dry so quickly. And the cover pot helps hold a little bit of moisture in there. Oh, I'm terrified I'm going to pick up something that's alive. My little tiki guy, I don't know if he still works. Maybe. There's dead ficus leaves over here from last year. Which before I go picking them up, I will be wearing gloves for that, just because, once again, spiders and things hang up in the foliage, in piles of things. So, yeah, I can see a big, huge web down here under this table, actually. I don't see anybody in there. Little paranoid about it, though. And there's some leca down here that needs to be washed. There's a dead spider in there. I don't really use the bottom shelves because weeds grow up in here. So I just kind of use them for storage of random things. But I do need to get it cleaned up because with the warmer temperatures here, I would really like to start getting things out of the house and away from me before I murder them. It's for their own good. I'm always afraid a snake or something is going to pop out at me. I've never actually had a snake in here before, but I have like a tarp in front of it just to keep the grass down, and I've had like snakes kind of hanging out there, which freaks me out quite a bit. For honest and for true, I don't have a problem with snakes, but I just don't like to be surprised. I don't like surprises. We don't really have a whole lot of like venomous snakes around here. We have copperheads and water moccasins. I've never seen a water moccasin here, but I have seen them out like on the river. Mostly here we see black snakes, rat snakes. These little snakes, I don't know what they're called, but they look like worms. They're very pretty though. It's like a rainbow. Gosh, what are they called? They're like a gray, they look like an oil slick. They're real pretty. I see a spider. No, I didn't kill it. I just wanted to identify it. A herdy bite, but not deadly bite. Most of the snakes around here are harmless, but I will relocate them because I don't want them hanging out where I hang out. Oh, there's some Spanish moss that fell on the ground and didn't make it. Yeah, that's dead. Alright, so that's going to go in a compost bin. Well, I guess we'll just start a pile there. I need gloves, because I'm not ripping, I'm seeing spiders everywhere. I'm not ripping this up with my bare hands and getting bitten. Hi, Olives. Meow. Greenhouse cat. I think I asked this last year, but how do you get rid of, without getting stung a lot, wasps in a greenhouse? They love it in here. They love it in here. It's warm, there's always something to drink. I don't know what they eat, but apparently there's plenty of that. Olive. Psst, psst, psst. Oh, they can't even see you. Greenhouse cat. This is another bin for paper making. Needs to be cleaned out. It's still got Pall Mall in it. That goes out. Okay. Old soil. Fairy garden decorations. I just stick them in plants when they're out here. I don't know what this was, but I killed it. I don't see any label. The cleaning up out here really doesn't take too long. What I really should be focusing on, because then I can bring plants out immediately, is putting the panels back in these doors. But I'm putting that off because that requires me to go look for tools. And my husband has the tools from one end of that shed to the other. And I don't know, it's a 20-foot shed. I don't know how wide it is, 12 foot wide? I don't know, but either way, the tool that I'm looking for, or the tools that I'm looking for, could be anywhere. Could be anywhere. And probably aren't where they're easy to find. Oh. Ugh, I just massaged a spider web. And there's a little jumping spider in it. I'm sorry, dude. I'll put you back down in a minute. This was some sort of calathea, apparently. If the tag is to be believed. Sorry. Little Spidey. Can you see him in there? Right there. It's a little jumping spider. Sorry, homie. Oh, I messed his web up. Here, you can live back under there. There's like trash on the floor and everything in here. This keeps hitting me in the head. This Spanish moss. I do actually water that. It was inside briefly, but it'll still survive outside if I remember to water it, but that's the biggest issue is I don't remember to come out here and water things that I'm overwintering. So apparently I remembered at some point. Alright, my bin is full already. I'm just walking this bin. I guess I'm still reaching the camera from here, but I'm just walking this bin out to a face full of spider web. Oh, how can you get the same spider web in both directions? I got it going out and coming back. Okay, more room for more compost. All right. I really need to go get that tool. Potting tray. These tables, I kind of don't love them. These black, like utility racks. I've got 1, 2, 3. So it's 4 of them if they're stacked too high, like that one. It's too high. I don't know if you can see. Not quite. There we go. So I have 4 of them if you stack them like that. But let's see, where's the other one? The other half of the one that's over here, I don't know if you can see it or not, is in my house. Probably with plants on it. I think I'm gonna stack them back so they're 4 high. Or maybe I'll do just the one so it's 4 high. I'm trying to make more room in here. I have 2 more racks to come out here this year than I had last year. I don't know, I might leave the newer ones in the house because some plants inevitably end up staying inside. Decisions. All right. Also, this back wall, it's one of the, you know, the peak obviously is higher. And for whatever reason, I have these shorter tables here. And then in the center is that bar that I put hanging plants on. That's not really practical there, so I'm moving that probably up against this wall, which is the sunny side of the greenhouse. And then this is the shadier side. So I think that's what's going on. And then, like, the highest part on the sidewall before it begins to slope up is 6 foot. At the peak, I want to say it's 12 foot. It's also, I believe, 10 wide and 12 long. That sounds right. I am seeing, there's a jumping spider up there. I am seeing spiders. And a wasp just punked me in my ear. It's probably living in my hair. Deeply unhappy. I've heard wasps have facial recognition, not meaning that they recognize you by your face and go, hey, oh yeah, that's Jim. More like they recognize that it's a face, a human face. That kind of facial recognition. I don't know. Anyway, wasps are fun. I also had plants hung across this wire, which probably isn't the best thing to do, but I'll probably continue doing it. As long as they're not, like, you know, really heavy hanging baskets. I think I think I had a couple small Hoyas and maybe some Ripsalis there last year. I don't know, and then the heavier things I hung on the side rails. So, I don't know. Hi, guys. 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 Come here, guys. Hi, guys. Surprised the camera hasn't overheated or the battery hasn't died yet. Guggle Guts. What are you doing, bud? You wish me luck that I don't get attacked by wasps, okay? Alright, time out. I gotta get some gloves. I feel like there are things crawling on me. Also, don't mind the red hair. That color's probably going to change. Hopefully after a few more washes, it settles down. If it does not, then I will have a whole new hair color probably by the next video. But anyway, I'm ready to get the plants out of my house. They're probably ready to get out of my house because I will love them to death if I don't. So, I don't know where that wasp went. It's probably stuck in my hair. Okay, I guess you can kind of see. I've got a trash bin, my compost bin, and lots of weeds there down on the floor. Not that you can see those. But I've got some organizing and rearranging to do. And trash everywhere. Everywhere. I don't know if that's visible. It is. How I get pine shots in here, I don't know. Like pine needles. I don't know how they get in here. But they do. Somehow they do. Some of my fencing for my, like right behind here. I don't know if you can see it, there's some green back there. It's a tarp. And it's laid down to kill the grass. And I have to fence it because we have every kind of wild animal you can think of, plus the neighbor's dogs, plus my own dog, that will love to run through the garden and maybe have a snack. So I fence it, kill the grass, and most of the stuff actually even stays in planters, like big pots, my potatoes even. I plant a few things in the ground, like large things. Squash, mostly squash, pumpkins, things like that. I might do some kale or mustard greens or, you know, whatever. But most of it stays in pots. And it does fine. It does fine. Why am I just spinning in circles? I need to move all of this back here. I'm kind of hemming and hawing about it because I'm lazy. That's the truth of it. I'm lazy. I have a pond, which I don't know if anybody remembers that. A pond that used to be in here. And I'm kind of thinking about putting it back in here this year. Probably in this front corner. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. It's pretty large. I mean, it ate up pretty much the whole back corner. But I don't really put anything in that front corner. So I'm thinking it might work out. Time will tell. We'll see. I don't know. I'm waiting for giant snakes and spiders and stuff to come out and get me. Apparently they're not, but I didn't know that until I moved it. So, alright, I got stuff in the way. I'm going to try to put that, I think, do I want it on that wall? I might be moving it the wrong way. These wasps, how do you get rid of them? Without getting stung, I mean. I have on the bottom of this shelf, I don't know if it's visible, probably not. I have a whole bunch of like pots and stuff stored down there, kind of over there behind this thing. I don't really use the bottom shelves a whole lot because you know, no light. Weeds grow up over the bottom of these shelves. I only have 2 that actually have a plastic bottom like that. The other ones are open. But, so I don't use them a whole lot except for like storage. These wasps are making me nervous. I'm not allergic or anything. I just really hate getting stung, but doesn't everybody? There's one just hanging out up there thinking about his life. And I've got to get up in here and close the vents. Probably for another month or so they'll stay closed, maybe even 2 months. Definitely the rest of April, which we're through the first week of April already. Let me move this Spanish moss somewhere where it's not constantly in my face. Sorry, I'm staring at this wasp. He's gonna think I'm trying to get him and come get me first. Oh, I hate them so much. How do you get rid of them? What is this? Great day. There's always something weird in here. I haven't seen any of the frogs yet. It's still kind of early for them though. When it's good and humid, that's when they pop out. Good and humid and wet in here. Full of plants. They leave poos on the plants for me. How unappreciative. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Some sort of, I want to say chrysalis, cocoon or something. I don't know. I will take it out and knock it off. Because I don't know what it is, but it was like down, making a home on the pole down in one of these holes. It's another thing I don't love about these tables is the holes. Things tend to shack up in there. I don't think I'm going to want that on that side. Yeah, I am, because I hang more on this side because this is the sunnier side. Hoyas can take it, but a lot of other plants can't. Even with the shade cloth. It's very warm and bright. Actually, now that I have that out, I don't know if I'm going to put them poles back in. I don't think I am. I'm just rolling this over to dump the dirt off. Make sure there's no wasp nest being formed under anything yet. Soon, I'm sure. I'll spray everything down with the hose and like give it a rinse when I'm done moving things. But for now, I'm quite happy with things being dry. Doesn't hurt my feelings. How can I? Why won't you line up? Every time I get one lined up, another one moves. The legs. Alright, there's that one. And that one. Come on now. Right, behave yourself. Why are you being problematic? Why you gotta be a problem though? It's like it's not round. Trying to fit an oval peg into a round hole. Please cooperate with me, please. Please don't give me a hard time today. Shoot, man. Why, this one is just not gonna go in here for some reason. It refused. Because it's really not quite round. If I tip it, I'm bending the bottom of the table. These are, oh, there it went. Some utility racks that I got from, where did I get them? Ollie's. I got them from Ollie's. And they've held up all right, I guess. They're just not ideal. Smaller pots want to fall in the, like it has kind of holes in the top, and smaller pots will like tip in there. Even larger pots will sometimes want to tip into there. So it's just not that stable or sturdy is my issue with it. Yeah. So, because I have 2 more racks to put out here this year, I usually don't stack them this high, but I have 2 newer racks that I want to try to fit in here this year that I didn't have last year. So, here we are, trying to make space for them. And it's funny, I don't know why, because I don't have that many smaller plants that will even fit in this space. At least I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know. I might be surprised what will fit in there. But that's why usually I have them broke down half this height. So it's 2 shelves and 2 shelves. Because I need more space for larger plants. But we'll see how it goes. We'll try it. I can always take it back apart, right? Let me get this thing out of here because I don't think I'm going to use it. Even though I have a ton of hanging plants, I will hang them from the ceiling as per usual. I'll rip up some weeds before I move it over here. Where's my compost bin? What is this weed called? Is this henbit or is it purple nettle? I'm never sure. Anybody know what that weed is? I don't know, I'm not eating it, so don't worry. I'll eat some weeds, but that's not one of them. I know the weeds don't look that bad, but if I don't pull them now, in a month, they'll be climbing up the wall in here. So, it's, I don't know what it is. We call it Creeping Charlie. We call it Creeping Charlie, which I don't see a whole lot of yet. I rip it out every year, but haven't gotten it all. Never will I get it all. Move this. That was a store display that my husband found somewhere, and he's like, oh, do you want that for a plant stand? I was like, yep, that'll do. And it's wood, and somehow it's okay. It's a little bit warped up, but it's held up better than you'd think out here. It probably would have done even better still if I had painted it or sealed it, but I didn't. Hindsight. Oh, y'all, I hope I don't get stung today. I hope I don't get stung. So I am building a new greenhouse. That is still on the agenda, and actually it's dried up out here a lot better than I thought it would. Like, it was so flooded a couple days ago, I was having a hard time getting my mail because they wouldn't come down my drive. But there's still a lake over in that side yard, but a lot of places have dried out. Back here it was dry enough that I could put my tarp down. So I don't know, still planning on building a greenhouse. I would love to start the next few weeks. I don't know, we'll see. Till then, I have this one. And either way, I'll have this one still, and I need the space, so I'm going to use it till it falls apart or blows away, whichever comes first. I hope a spider doesn't run up my arm. There's a big fat bumblebee and a wasp in here now. Not worried about the bumblebee, but that wasp is not my friend. If he stays out of my hair, that'll be even better. Super fantabulous. Alright, some old water. I know, alright, that pond, I'm going back to that. I don't want to set it up anywhere on this back end, because that is the sun comes up and goes right around this way. Literally that way. So east-west. I don't really want to put anything there, like the pond, or I've got a little fountain that I set up in here. I don't want to set any kind of water up over there because it's just going to turn green and get really, really hot. And I have fish for the pond. They're just guppies, but they do pretty good in there. They go back and forth. What do I do? What do I do? I'm trying to save this center area without cluttering that up for the plants that are on poles, that are taller, and like hanging plants that are longer kind of towards this end. Hoyas, Ripsalis does pretty good down there. Other succulent types, you know, that can stand more light. I think that's the plan. I usually put my cactus and succulents on this, actually. Occasionally a Hoya will make its way on there. We have seen them on there before in some of my videos, maybe last year. I know my Hoya Sunrise lived on there and loved it. Right in this corner where there's no shade cloth. There's no shade cloth, but it's kind of shaded by another greenhouse that's on the other side. It's a small one. The one that, I think I might have showed pictures of it. The storm folded it right up, blew panels out, rolled it across the yard. This one is hurricane strapped down, that one isn't. Sorry, I'm watching the collection of wasps in here. There's a few. All right. So, maybe I will put this one down on this end. The problem with putting these tables toward the corners is in the corners, there's a brick on the inside corner of each thing, like a block, not a brick. One of these type, like cinder block, also holding it down from the inside. So it's hurricane strapped on the outside on all four corners, and then on the inside, all four corners, it has like one of those blocks on the frame. So the problem with trying to put things in the corner is it's not going to sit flat if you get it right up in the corner. So that's like dead space back there. Can't really do much with it. All right, my door that I have to work on. Sure, I'm hot. I am hot. Will that hang there? That's going to be hanging in the sun though. That's not going to give us a great reading. Maybe I'll put it back here. Keep it in the shade. On the sunny side, but sort of shaded. All right. So much weeds. I mean, so many weeds. And I'm warm. I'm looking out at a sea of crab pots behind you too that I have to paint corks on and fun stuff. Lots of work. Always lots of work. Trash bin. I'm gonna dump that. Pretty sure I can fit more weeds in the compost though. There's no shortage of them. Wow, you should see all the pill bugs I just found. Roly-polies, isopods, whatever you call them in your neck of the woods. I just disturbed a bunch of them. Dig deeper, pal. I'm sorry. There's plenty of bricks to crawl under in here. Ooh, there's a wasp nest on the ground here. I don't love that. Well, I guess better on the ground than hanging from the ceiling. Okay, slightly different view. Battery died. And then I went on a coughing/sneezing fit. Probably from stirring up all the dirt, dust, and pollen on the ground. Wow, you're crooked. Sorry, I hope it's not too annoying. Can't be helped. But now I'm going to pull weeds over there. Because that's the corner where I was saying I think I might put that pond. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it go. Got so many old pots. Ew, there's a slug. Come here, slug-a-bug. Ew. I don't relocate many bugs out of here, but slugs are gross. So, no slugs. No slugs allowed. Also, they do a number on some plants. I don't know why, but yeah, they just mange. and I don't love it. So, oop, that'll the bottom over there. The reason I pull these up, you might be seeing me like just dropping them in a pile on the ground, is because there's often like spiders hung up in it. And I'm not like trying to murder them, and I also don't want them to run up my arm while I'm holding it. So that's why I pick it up, kind of drop it to the side before I pick it up again and stuff it in the bin. It's my own paranoia that causes me to do things in strange ways. Just trying to give the spiders time to run away. That's some better. Wasps. Oh. Wow. There's a wasp nest in a pot in that thing that I just moved. I don't know if that was visible, but that wooden barrel thing that was sitting on top of that turtle had a wasp nest inside of it. When I plopped it on the ground, a bunch of wasps came out. So there's that. I don't even know what this plant was. I myrtle-urdled it, whatever it was. Okay. Always paranoid when I move things, because you never know what's going to be behind them or under them. Or in them. I'll tag Cryptanthus, which I no longer have. Haven't for quite a while. This is the corner where I heard the digging noise. Also, I don't see what was making the noise. I'm afraid to move these panels. I don't see anything. I don't see anything super creepy yet. I don't know. Maybe it was the wasps in that bin. Man, I am humid. I am humidity. Lots of isopods. Lots of like the silvery gray ones and one little brown one. This is why it takes me so long to do anything. I'm sitting here staring at the bugs. My strainer, that's for my mosquito bits out here. I just put mosquito bits or mosquito dunk in there and then pour water over top of it into my watering can or whatever. Otherwise it tends to break apart and clog up the holes on my watering can or my sprayer or whatever I'm using. And that's not fun, because good luck getting them back out once they get up in there. I find it very challenging. Ooh, the pistol. I hear you. Where are you? Maybe it's outside. We hope. Gosh, I'm always afraid there's gonna be a snake like by the door. I mean, I'm cool with snakes, but I don't like to be surprised. That's all. Okay. I'm wondering, should I go dump that pond and drag it and see if it's gonna fit like I think it is? It's full of water right now. Just rainwater. I don't know if I feel like fooling with it. I might hold on that. I think I have enough to work with today. Got enough on my plate. Whew. All right. I'm tired. I've barely started. Barely even begun. All right, it might be time for a smoke break while I go dig around in the shed and look for tools. I can't put it off any longer. Putting the panels back in the doors to the greenhouse. Taking the screen out. Maybe I can put the panel, no, because either way I have to take the door apart to put the panels in. I was gonna say maybe I could just leave the screen in so that I could pop the panels back out when it's hot. It's hot now, but at night it is not. This is my life. Decisions. Either way, I gotta do something because the wasps are driving me crazy. And for now, it's put the panels in because we're still having upper 40s at night, which the plants are fine in. I've never lost any in the upper 40s. I don't know. Break time. Google has led me astray. So I Googled, how do you get, deter wasps? Mind you, there's currently no nests anywhere that I see, but there are wasps above my head. So anyway, I'm like, okay, we'll deter them. And Google's like, geraniums, citronella, mint. I think I mentioned a couple videos ago, maybe, ask me how I know that mint is extremely invasive. Or, well, I don't know. It takes over. If it touches the ground, that's what you have there now. That's it. That's what lives there. So anyway, I have mint. I ripped up like handfuls of it, crushed it up, and threw it all over the place in here. They laugh at it. They laugh at it. In other news, my hands smell great. Smell like I've been washing them with mouthwash. Ow, kitty. He's down here like clawing my leg, like pay attention to me. But he doesn't want my attention. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 wasps and a bumblebee. A big bumblebee. Wasps will make my existence miserable out here. And they're in here because they're trying to figure out whether they want to set up shop in here. And I think they really do. I'm going to continue cleaning up and all that stuff. Like, I'm going to bring plants out today, but I might not be. Because the wasps. It's terrible because the wasps will be like on a pot or on a plant and you'll pick it up to move it and all of a sudden they'll be enraged. So that's why, if it wasn't for the fact that I'd bother them and that they would therefore bother me, wow, that is 2 different types of wasp. Okay. I also have a ground wasp in here occasionally. She burrows over here. But anyway, that wasp does not bother me. I never see it. Usually if I'm in here moving stuff around, it flies out the door. I guess it's the same one. Maybe it's a different one. Maybe it's generations of them. Yeah, I'm just really uncomfortable with the amount of wasps in here already. Considering that there's nothing in here for them to really be doing or looking for other than figuring out where to set up shop. So, I'm bombing, I think. I don't like to do it, but I also don't like to get stung. I don't know. We're going to read the packaging and see what it says. It is for greenhouses. Ugh. Right. How about that lawnmower noise? Okay, sorry if you can hear the lawnmower noise. My husband is trying to cut some of the grass before it rains again some more. I think I'm done for today. I got the vents closed. I got some stuff shuffled. I ripped up some weeds. There's still lots more. And I usually have to top it up with a little bit of sand because it kind of washes out as I'm watering. I left cracks between all the pavers in here. Kind of wish I hadn't done that, but hindsight, you know. I think the wasp problem will be better now that I have the vents closed. There is a shade cloth on it, but still things find a way in. It's kind of like a screen, the shade cloth that's on here. You can kind of see it closer, you know. It's like a screen. But, so the vents are closed. I put the panels back in the doors, and I will be closing them. I've got like a Bluetooth thermometer out here, hygrometer, so I can kind of monitor the temperature at night. It's supposed to be about 60 degrees tonight, I think. So I've put my sad little bird of paradise out here. Hopefully it'll be okay. I think last year I just had it outside, and I've cut most of those leaves off. It was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 that I cut off over the winter. I left these 2 slightly tatty ones, that one and then this one, that half of it's missing. But it's got a new one coming out. It knows it's spring. We'll see how it goes. So that'll be out here overnight. I don't think I'm gonna get, it's 6:30, so I don't think I'm gonna get much more done tonight. Here comes my husband. Okay, he's going away again, I think. I don't know why he's cutting over there because it's mud. I've had to go push him out of the mud twice. Anyway, so this is part 1. I guess the next part, I'll do the rest of the weed ripping and all that stuff probably tomorrow before I record. But then we'll record getting some stuff out here. We'll see who comes out first. I'm also bringing a heater. Not that I think I'll need it, but you never know. You never know. I'm bringing that tomorrow. Here he comes again. But yeah, the heater is just like a little propane heater with a safety. So if it falls over, it cuts off. And it averages about 3 degrees warmer in here than the outside temperature at night. During the day, significantly warmer, but at night, about 3 degrees warmer than whatever the outside temperature is, which doesn't seem like a big difference, but I'll take it. I'm also bringing my vegetables out here tonight. I'll put them on the top of that. No, maybe I'll put them on the second one because I don't want to fry them right away. They haven't been under any additional lighting or anything, so maybe I'll put them under there because it's a little bit more shaded. That's smart. So anyway, that's it for this video. Sorry there weren't more actual plants, but you know, sometimes you're just preparing to do things with plants and that takes days. So thank you for watching and come hang out with me again next time. Bye.